Hey, you got to hold on. You got to turn on your audio. You look on your thing. You should have audio down on there on your button. Oh, hang on. No, I have audio. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I hung up the phone because you. Oh, you know what? Let me call you back on the phone.
Hello?
Oh, there. No, I heard you. Okay, cool. All right.
Cool.
You can hear me. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me see if I can turn this on speaker. There it is.
Cool.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Yes! Oh, my God.
Just to let you know, I'm recording this, okay? That's all.
Yeah, I see that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so I don't know that you know. I'm going to keep my glasses on because I can see you better. I don't know that you know, but that day that we were sitting down, I left like freaked out a little bit. Like, I don't know if I've done enough for Cole. Like, I feel like I left you with, like, I could feel your world falling apart, and I didn't know how to hold you in that. And I felt, and then I sent you the series of texts afterwards, and it's like, oh, hey, here's some stuff. Take it, use it, throw it away, whatever. It's just the stuff that's coming up for me. And then I kind of put it in the back of my mind, right? So then, like about 4 weeks ago, because I'm friends with Randy, I saw the play added. It's called Clinically Undepressed. And I said, just based on that, I don't know anything about the play. I'm going to that. I'm taking a friend. We're going to go. I think there's a message for me here. I'm going to go check it out and see what that play's about. In the intervening time, I had this play on my mind that I've been trying to work out, kind of a play, maybe a movie, maybe a book. I couldn't tell exactly what it was. But like, I didn't have all the clarity about how I wanted it to go.
Yeah.
So I said, universe, I will pay $10,000 for a ghostwriter if I have to, but just show me, like, if there's somebody out there that I'm supposed to be working with, just have them show up in my life and put it in the universe's hands and went about my life. The night of the play comes, I watch it. The story basically is a kid's born who can only be happy. He can't experience anger or sadness or any other experience. He just is happy, and he's super intelligent. And he's like, he gets it. He says, can you show me? His dad's always angry. Dad, can you show me how to be angry? His dad's like, what? You're crazy. Why do you want to be angry? You're a smart guy. You're a lawyer. You spend a lot of time being angry, and it's a lot of effort. There must be something about it that's really cool. I can't figure it out. And then there's the one that really kind of captures the essence of it for me is he's walking along with his girlfriend and they're hanging out, and a guy comes up and holds up a gun to him and says, all right, give me all your money. And the kid's looking at him. He's been taught self-defense because he's so defenseless. His neighbor taught him how to disarm people and how to do karate moves and stuff. So he sees the guy with the gun, and he grabs the gun away from him real quick, and he looks at it and goes, oh my God, this is a 1939 Colt 45. This is worth a lot of money. But man, you haven't taken care of it at all. It's dirty as heck. I'll clean it up for you. Here you go. And he gives him the gun back, and the guy's like, what? And the guy's pointing at the ground and goes, Cole says, hey man, if you're going to rob me, you're going to have to point the gun at me. I'm not going to give you my money unless you're pointing the gun at me. Okay, now that's good. Okay, let me give you my money. I'll have $5. Like, I hope that's enough. Hey, Ashley, how much money you got? Okay, $5. Give them that to you. $50. That should carry you through for a while. Hey, I have an idea. Come to my house for dinner tonight because I bet you want to make that money last. The guy's like, I can't come to dinner. He's like, why not, man? And the guy says, I just robbed you. He goes, yeah, but you had to, right? I mean, there's no way you'd put your life at risk and your freedom at risk if you didn't need that money. You need it way more than I do. I want you to have it, man. So the funny thing is that the kid's name is Cole Black.
What? Golly.
And so I met with the author this weekend, and we're talking about an advisory. I'm going to advise him on his stories. He's going to advise me on my stories. And I was talking. I said, "There's another book that he wrote called Infinite Jeff. That is like I read it, and it's like I'm reading the story of my life. And I'm saying, man, I'm having so much fun with this. It's like the cosmic jokery of the universe is high. It's playful, man. The universe.
Yeah, the universe is laughing so hard.
It's having so much fun.
Oh my
And
god.
so I was writing to him, and I said, man, I'm having a good time. I see you and me and the author Will.
Yes.
I see us as jesters, cosmic jesters, just having a good time. And he said, yeah, Jeff, the character Jeff in the Infinite Jeff book is the ultimate jester. And I said, yeah, Cole too. And I spelled it Coal.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, Cole is also a really cool guy. And he spells it Cole. And I said, you know what? I know somebody whose name is Cole who spells it Coal. I said, you would not believe the last time we spoke, he was on the verge of like stuff, and I need to talk to him.
Yeah. Wow, that's hilarious. You know, man, in this journey, during this journey, I've started spelling it Cole again, just like just going through all of the experience, just like getting over some of the like getting over semantics and getting over things like that, and just I don't know, man. This is, but it is true, man. You know, I was speaking with one brother, and the way he was putting it, he was like, "Yeah, man, the universe is becoming aware of itself, and that means that we're becoming aware of ourselves, and that means that we're becoming aware of the universe, and the universe is becoming aware of us, becoming aware of the universe." Like,
100%. 100%.
yeah.
I'll tell you the story that I was writing.
Yeah.
It's a story my mother told me as a kid when I was 3, 4, 5 years old. Because she saw that I was so sensitive. It was about a little outcast who everybody's going to make fun of, and the magic in the life and the way that the world works such that he gets what he needs. It's a story she made up, and I've wanted to do something with it for a while. A year ago, I was in a course and I was in a conference where the story, I said, man, I want to tell this story. I wish I had a story to put this to. And that my mom's story came to mind and says, oh my God, it fits so perfectly. But it had, and then most recently, as I'm sitting here cogitating, thinking, how am I going to make this story come alive?
Yeah.
I watched a video, a TED talk of a kid from, he's a guy who worked at the White House, but when he was a kid, he's half black, half Korean. And his story is basically he went to a basketball camp. He was all excited to go. But as soon as he got there, when he got on the court, he's like, oh, my peeps. Hey, I'm with my peeps now, because he hadn't spent much time with black kids. Yeah. And he's like, and he's running down the court, and he has the ball. And all these kids around him are just like, Chinese boy, throw me the ball, Chinese boy. And he's like, who are they talking to? And it's like, they're talking to me. They think I'm Chinese. So it's like he went home, he was bummed. He's like, man, this is terrible. And his father said, there's 3 lessons from the day. He said, what? They called you Chinese and you're sad? He said, son, let me tell you, you're going to be called much, much worse than Chinese over the years. And you know what? You got to learn to laugh at yourself. So lesson number 1, always, always laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Lesson number 2 is make connections every day. Make connections to those people around you. Don't ever be so embarrassed that you don't reach out to them. Say hi. Say what's going on with them. Tell them who you are. Find out what you have in common. Enjoy them, right? Yeah. Lesson number 3, work your hardest. Always put in your best effort, no matter what. I don't care how you're feeling, put in your best effort. So he made it to the White House. He was the guy who was Obama's press secretary for dealing with the rollout of the healthcare plan. Oh, wow. So you remember when the healthcare plan came out, it didn't work? Yeah. Like, oh my God, it's terrible. And then Obama took it and said, fixed it up. They said, now we're ready to roll it out again. We're ready to push it out there. And the guy was like, you know what? We're not going to be able to just push it out there. Everybody's going to laugh at us. And they said, you know what though? We got to laugh at ourselves. So he hired the guys at Funny or Die to do a skit with Obama where they do all this stuff and make people laugh. Yeah. And it worked. It was like, oh, cool.
Wow. So I remember that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So the play, in my mind, the play has to do a lot with how to reconcile Trump, North Korea, and African Americans' experience in the United States. How do we see that we're all one? How do we laugh at ourselves, laugh with ourselves, see the cosmic joke of it all, welcome home as brothers, Let's start playing instead of fighting. Oh my God, I've been missing you so much.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Golly, man. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's such a grounding experience, like seeing you also, just because this has been like I've had to constantly remind myself, oh yeah, this is the same place as whenever I'm back in Austin. It's just like so much is happening and so much is transforming that like I don't know, man. It's easy. It's easy to get lost in it. I've been having really intense dreams and getting really lucid recently. And I was speaking with this one brother, and we were going back and forth about ways to bring awareness into dreams, and of course meditation, all this sort of stuff. And so just bringing a lot of awareness into dreaming, into being awake, and all these sort of things. And just like one of the things is like, how did I get here? How did I get here? All right. Well, there's today. I was walking around and I went into the kitchen. I made myself a meal, and then just like remembering all that and like in a heartbeat and like being inside of the moment and being like, oh yeah, so this is how I'm here. And just like recognizing how easy it is to get lost in all of the journey and just be here inside of the moment without even being in the moment, just like kind of dangling on the moment. And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So two things there that are perfect. You're that moment where you were like on the edge, where it's like I don't know what's next. Something's happening, but all I can do is let go, man. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's like I've learned that is a crucial part of the process.
Yeah.
That getting to that point, loving it when you get there, it feels terrifying. It feels like this is not where I want to be. It's like, oh, the universe has worked hard to get you right here. All you have to do now, all you have to do is just turn it over and let it flow, baby. It's the trigger is pulled back, the bow is in the notch, man. Just let that arrow fly, and it's gonna go for a ride. Go for a ride.
Right.
Now, the funny thing is, that. Oh shoot! There was a second part of that. Oh, oh no, the knowing it's perfect, right? So I have been on this journey most of my life, right? Since I was a kid, I thought I'm here to change the world.
Yeah.
And I thought that's my mission. I'm here to change the world. And I know so many people my generation, a little bit older, the boomers, we're here to change the world. And it's like, what I hear when Mama Earth is now talking to us, when the universe is saying, enough with the change already. You guys, I am full of change, all right?
Yeah.
So now, if you will, just like turn it back over to me for a little while and just sit back and relax, all right? Just take your hands off the wheel for just a second, all right? It's going to be fine, but hand it back to me. We're at that point now. So now I'm no longer the change agent. Yeah. I am now the midwife.
Yeah.
The earth is pregnant. We're ready. I'm just here to catch the baby. You need hot towels? You need some hot water, baby? You tell me what you need. I am there.
Yes. Golly, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So how's your journey going, man? You're doing some writing? Like it's happening for all of us. And this is also, this is also a really nice thing is that like I don't know, like if it's happening for you, it's happening for my mom. Yeah. Is sort of a thing that I feel, and it's like it's really amazing. Like my mom and I, we sort of speak kind of surfacely. We don't like get deep into like consciousness and into the universe and we're just like, hey, how you doing? She's like, well, work's been pretty intense, but I'm like kicking butt. I'm like, all right, mom, you keep at it. I love you. And so like, but at the same time, there's nobody that isn't like going through this.
Right. Yeah. It's planet wide. Every single person. Well, and the thing that's what I started noticing is that, whoa, I look around, everybody's under stress. And it makes sense why they would be, right? I mean, you look around, we have fires, hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes, Trump, Putin, Kim Jong-un. We've got all of this stuff going on. It's like, I think we're kind of under stress. And our systems are failing. And so that compounds it. It's like the pressures go build up, right? So we're in a global compression chamber right now.
Yes.
So here's a little metaphor that I use to think about it. It's because people are aware or they're not. But change, I think, happens if you know about, have you ever seen the Flow Genome Project?
No.
So flowgenomeproject.com talks about the stages of flow. And it talks about working up, building up that thing, compressing, doing the work so that you get to the point, the breaking point. Then the spark of God enters. They say that, right? They say kind of basically the spark of, basically there's going to be something that happens that's going to ignite that, and it's going to be effortless. All this stuff is going to go, and then you need to recuperate. At the end of it, you got to recuperate. When I heard that, I said, this is really similar to the 4 stages of internal combustion engine. You have intake, which pulls in the fuel. Right? So this is where your desire comes in. What do I want, man? Bring it to me. This is this is where the laws of attraction work. Now I got it. Okay, now I'm going to work it, right? Press. I can press it to the point where I'm at the breaking point. It's like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm lost. That's because that's the perfect point. It's time to hand it over, right? Let go of it, right? Now, at that letting go of that, lean into it. Find the place where you're most vulnerable. Lie your heart right on the line. The spark of the universe comes in, boom, and you're just riding a wave, right? But here's the important part, right? At the end of that wave, from transition, after all the fuel is spent and the pistons all the way out, you come back out. It's the exhaust part of the internal combustion engine, where all that waste gets put out. That's gift to the universe, right? That's where your gift gets put out there. But now you're completely depleted. You were in the presence of God where there was effortless joy in doing everything. And now you're depleted. Now's the time. Drink some water, eat some food, meditate, go take a nap. Let the universe rejuvenate your body. Let yourself re-heal, all that stuff. Integrate, and don't hold on to anything. Wake up the next day, you say, what's my desire?
My man, that's so true. That's beautiful. Wow. Yeah, man, it's really incredible. It's really happening. And this is
so the thing about it, right, is that's kind of the phases of it, and it's sometimes can be tricky to get caught up in the phases. The last part for me, what's really changed, and it's weird, it's like I have been on this journey for most of my life. And that moment when I was with you here in Austin, and I was like, how do I don't know what to do. So clogged up with thinking about trying to figure out what the right thing to say was, what the right level of support. Should I hug you? Should I try to save you? Should I let you go on your journey? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. My brain's not fast enough to figure it out. What I've realized since that moment, I've been through several things that built up in that way. And one day it completely fell apart. I got, like you did, I got to the point that I couldn't hold it anymore. I had to let go. There was no room to hold it anymore. And when I did, all that effortless joy came bounding through me, a huge moment of ecstasis. Like I stopped being, the people who were with me said they could recognize me, but that it wasn't the same me. They said, you look enchanted, David. You look like a magic being. And I was having so much fun. And since then, you've seen the movie Inside Out?
Yes. No, I want to.
All right. See the movie. I'm gonna point this one thing out so this doesn't spoil anything. But in Inside Out, so spoiler alert for anybody else, I'm gonna put this on YouTube, okay?
All right, very cool.
So in Inside Out, you know the basic story. The little girl goes through a lot of stress. And kind of the same story we were just talking about. As she goes through stress, all of her emotions are frantically running around trying to figure out what to do. There's chaos up in her brain trying to figure out how to deal with all the emotions. Everything goes offline and she goes numb. She's like, I don't know what to do. When she finally comes back online and figures out, when she finally makes the connection, sadness has been the primary joy. Joy has been the primary emotion for most of my life that I've oriented with everything. And now sadness has a real viable role to play. And we don't want to, I don't want sadness. I want joy. It's like, when it's time for sadness to do her job, you got to give her the wheel, man. Let her drive.
Absolutely.
And once they let sadness drive and you see how beautiful that is, it starts to come back together. All of the stuff that had fallen apart and was broken reassembles in the brain. And she goes from an old style control panel to a new control panel with lots of buttons and knobs and new things. It's like, whoa. So I went from my 5-year-old control panel. Basically, the control panel I was using when I was 5 years old. And I've learned to compensate for that limited functionality on that emotional control panel by thinking it through from age 5 to age 55. And at age 55, I was like, I can't do it anymore. The whole thing came collapsing down, and I have a brand new state-of-the-art control panel that I think I have an early edition. Like,
Yes,
I think I'm test driving the new model.
Yeah, for real, man. Well, hey, thanks for swinging it by my house.
All right.
No, man, it really is that recognition that the pain is a misunderstanding, that it's like it's something so much deeper than what we've been calling it. It's something so much more real than these words that we've been putting around it. It's an entire way of life. You know, it's this thing. I've been doing all this meditation, and I was really, really scared that actually doing this meditation, I was going to numb myself, because it's Vipassana. And Vipassana, you go through the body and you notice sensation, and you remain equanimous with sensation. And so you remain like level-headed with sensation. Pleasure isn't pleasure. Pain isn't pain. It's all just, like a non-dual experience of complete body sensations. Yeah. And something that I realized, like I went really, really deep this one sitting. And I came back to my room and I laid down in my bed. And then as soon as I laid down in my bed, my entire body just like exploded. And I was like, all right, remain equanimous with this. And then I just like remained level with it. And then I started feeling my stomach and my internal organs in ways that I've never felt. I started feeling all of these thoughts coming up in my head, all of these old memories that I'd never experienced as I was like feeling. And then I was like, all right, let everything bubble off. And I was just going through this entire situation. I woke up in the morning and I walked and I like took a step on the ground, and like the ground was so real that I could have almost called it pain. You know, like the experience of my foot touching the cold stone was but it wasn't pain. It was just like actual reality. And it was that recognition that, no, dude, pain isn't pain. That's reality. That's real. That's this thing that we've been looking at this much of at the visible spectrum when there's this much, you know? And it's like, but if we're reacting the way that we're reacting to it, then of course our psyche's not going to let us really feel it, because if we feel all of it, then we're going to break. We're gonna our little 5-year-old operating system is going to break. And so we do have to update, and we are updating. And yeah, man.
You know, there's actually a book out that I just started reading that talks about this as well. Do you know who Robert Wright is?
I've heard the name.
He's an evolutionary psychologist. His main work is The Moral Animal. He wrote it a while back, and he's well known for that. But he recently wrote a book called Why Buddhism is True. And he's talking about mindfulness meditation. So he's doing Vipassana and stuff. And he goes, first thing, I'm a terrible Buddhist. I'm a terrible Vipassana student. I'm the last person that you think of. I'm in my head so much. It's hard. I'm the last student to get it. And when I stick with it, it works even for me.
Yeah.
Mindfulness shows me. And he's a scientist. This dude is like, wait a minute. We're not seeing all of reality. There's way more to reality than we're seeing. I'm a smart guy.
Yeah.
I try to see reality as clearly as I can. And this mindfulness exercise, this mindfulness practice shows me more than I knew was possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think we're waking up, man.
Man. we're really doing it. And can I share a little insight?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's an insight that I've been bouncing back and forth through. But one of the meditations is called Anapana, and this is a very common meditation. Anapana is just one name for it. But it's the meditation of noticing breath as it is, not without any interaction. And so like noticing natural breath occurring. And the more and more that I notice natural breath occurring, the more and more that like I can start feeling all of these subtle sensations inside of my body. And the more and more that I recognize that my natural breath occurring is actually me breathing. And whenever I think I'm breathing, that's me superimposing the action of breath onto breathing. And so it's this recognition that I've come to this place where I guess it's been like a lot of like compounded self-doubt from the childhood of like, well, I guess if I'm going to be doing something, because this has been something I've been noticing, is that like as I meditate more, the more contrived a lot of my actions seem. Like
Yeah.
just like picking up a fork, the action of picking up a fork seems very apparent. It's like anybody looking at me could see that I'm picking up a fork, and I'm like, why am I picking up a fork like this? Like I am making the action of picking up a fork. I'm not just picking up. And it is this sort of recognition that like it's all, it's all real, but we've been trying really, really hard to make it look real.
Yeah.
Isn't
that funny? It's like,
yeah.
that's the part of it, right? Is that it feels like something that I have to consciously do. If I'm not going to do it, then how's it going to happen?
Yeah.
The universe is like, man, we've been here for 4.5 billion years, man. We kind of know how this works, all right?
Yeah.
I appreciate your helpfulness, but seriously, all right, you're not the first one to figure this out, okay?
Yeah, for real, man. It's being that midwife, man. It's being there for the baby that's being born. It's letting go.
Here's the thing that's interesting too, right? This is something that I caught myself, because the immediate sense of after the insight, after this huge insight, it's like, I need to change my life. I need to do everything different. But I recognize that while this control panel is new, it's super cool, it has a lot of features, I haven't even opened the instruction manual on it yet. I don't know how to use it yet. And the best place for me to figure out how to use it is in my day-to-day life, where I have a baseline of experience, where I know what has been the way that I've been in the past. And I know that people see me in the same baseline that I used to be. So it's like noticing that dissonance. Where is the place where they expect me to be, versus where I am and what I can see? And reconnecting all those things so they align up. And it's like, that's how I calibrate, right? Hey, it feels out of alignment. Well, how do I move? How do I center so that I'm now aligned? Good. Hey, that's how that works. Cool. Let me go to the next one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We only know ourselves through everybody around us.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's actually, hearing that, I feel like I feel really grateful in that there's a friend from the past that I'm about to meet in California. And so it's going to be interesting integrating this, because like hearing that, I felt this part of me that was like, oh golly, man, I've been like, everything's been so new every single moment, and I've been in such a crazy experience. Like I don't know, I've been using like dream consciousness, like reminders inside of reality, just to calibrate myself. Just like, all right, where have I been all day? All right, I'm here now. All right, very cool. And so it is sort of that recognition of, but for me,
people are trying to get a hold of me.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. But yeah, for me, sort of dreaming has been that interaction with other people. That's been sort of a thing that like changes a little bit, but is semi-constant. But yeah, man. I don't know. Right now, yeah.
Let me just check something real quick. I want to make sure. Okay, cool. So I think I need to get that. So I'm going to call this the end of the call. Beautiful, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. What a perfect time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad I answered the call when it said, hey, give Cole a call.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. You're going to post this up?
Yeah, I'm going to post it. I'll post it to you first so you can see it, and then we'll post it. I think I have the guy who could help me get it kind of a little, maybe viral.
Yeah, very cool, man. Right, very cool. Yo, this is such a blessing, and I really appreciate like you getting in touch. It's a great, and it's an amazing bridge back to just everything, back to the entire universe. Yeah. And yeah, man, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to. Hey, also, I've got a few things coming up, and would you be all right with like sharing ideas and different things like that?
Absolutely. Let's stay in touch. I will share my ideas with you. You share your ideas with me. We're doing it, man.
All right. I love you so much.
I love you too, Cole. Beautiful.
All right,
see you later. Bye-bye.